Good morning, beloveds. If you look just over here, oh, his head went back down. I have a little bit of a kitty cameo. Foster is behind me. And then he promptly got down. So, life with cats, they do what they want. It is September 11th, and I don't want to let that go. I'm gonna do the reading. Don't worry about that. But I can't let that date pass without just a moment to think about. That was an interesting day in our history. It was a horrible experience, and a whole lot of good came out of it. So, and then a whole lot of weird came out of it too. So, just a moment to think about that. Tom and I both always mention it. He was born in New York City and has family that still lives in and around there. He had family that worked in the building. His family wasn't in there at the time. And that was the day that my mother had gotten on an airplane in Texas to fly to Florida. And for 4 hours, we had no idea where she was. She had gotten grounded in Atlanta. And we were fortunate because it tells you how long ago it was. She had a BlackBerry, and of course the cell towers were weird and down, and she was able to get in touch with somebody from work, and this guy who had no idea who I was called, and this was before I had a cell phone too, so he called the house or the apartment that we were living in, and fortunately Tom was home, and Tom picked up the call, and then Tom called me at work and said, all right, here's where your mom is. It was an experience, clearly one I've never forgotten. So, yeah. Whatever today brings up for you today, sit with it. They say that the best way to handle emotions, especially strong emotions, is to ride them like a surfboard. Allow them to come in, allow them to tell you what they're going to tell you, and then allow them to go back out. And that may be the best way to handle today, especially if you have a connection to 9/11. So that's my advice. Let's move on to 365 Signs of Mind. It is the month of expectancy. Our title is I Ask, Certain that I Shall Receive. And our Bible quote is, ask and it shall be given you, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened for you. And that is Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given unto you is one of the greatest promises of the ages, and has within it the greatest possibility ever experienced by the mind of man. Surely this implies that there is a power that can and will honor your request. But the same man said, ye ask and receive not, because you ask amiss. These two sayings of Jesus are not contradictory. Each implies that there is a divine givingness that withholds nothing from man, but cannot contradict its own nature. That is, God is good, and we cannot expect evil from goodness. Therefore, if we ask evil from goodness, goodness cannot honor that request. This would be asking amiss. Whatever we ask for in the name of reality, that is, in the nature of that which is real, we shall most certainly receive it. It is certain, however, that if we ask and have it given unto us, we must first seek and find, knock and have the door opened. What is this that we seek other than our true union with good? Where is the door that must be opened other than our own consciousness? It is the door of acceptance, faith, and confidence. how can we receive that which the mind refuses to entertain? I believe and I accept with thanksgiving. Therefore, today I ask and know that I shall receive. I seek and know that I shall find. Today I knock and know that it shall be opened unto me. I receive the gift of life in all its fullness. All right. That's probably one of the more quoted Bible quotes. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened. Okay. Ask and it shall be given unto you is one of the greatest promises of the ages, and has the greatest possibility within it. It has the greatest possibility ever experienced by the mind of man. Because, and this is what he says in the very next line, surely this implies that there's a power that can and will honor your request. And that's one of the things that with Jesus, go back, read through his miracles, and look at when he asked for things, it was never his own power. He always stated that the power was coming through him from his Father, from the source. And he always asked for things that were for life, that were for good, that were never against life. I mean, even with Lazarus, that's what you're looking at. You know, it was for life. He raised Lazarus from the dead. It was for life, for good. Just go back and look at what he asked for, and see if it rings for you. But the same man said, ye ask and receive not, because you ask amiss. It's not that you're asking for too much, but what you are asking for perhaps is against the nature of. I guess that's one of the reasons why I have an issue with praying to win. Because when you pray to win, and in this case I'm talking like for sports, and definitely we're not even going to go there on war. If you're praying to win, then you're praying that somebody else loses. But if you pray to do the best that you can, you see the difference. When you pray to win, then you pray that somebody else loses. But when you pray to do the best that you can, and if you win, then you have gone you've gone within the nature of good. Because the nature of good isn't I win and you lose. The nature of good is we both do the best that we can. And then go from there. These two sayings of Jesus are not contradictory. Each implies that there is a divine givingness that withholds nothing from man, but cannot contradict its own nature, which is why I use the sports metaphor. Don't pray to win, pray to do the best that you can. Because that is in God's nature, but winning and losing isn't. That is, God is good, and we cannot expect evil from goodness. Therefore, if we ask evil from goodness, goodness cannot honor the request. This would be asking amiss. Now, I'm not saying that praying to win in a sports is evil, but it's a minor example that kind of might show you that line in the sand. Praying to win is not evil. Praying for somebody else to lose, depending on what we're talking about. But if you pray to win and you don't get what you want, then what you have asked amiss. If you pray to do the best that you can and you win, then you have stayed within the rules. You have stayed within nature. Whatever we ask for in the name of reality, that is, in the name of that which is real, we shall most certainly receive. That's why we call it a law. because it functions within a set of parameters. These are the parameters within which Spirit can grant you what you are asking for. So if you're not getting what you're asking for, go back and look at the way that you are asking for it. Perhaps you are not quite within the lines. And see if you can reword it and retool your feelings about it in such a way that you will get what you want. And if you are struggling to do that, I would tell you to call a professional. You know, we have all of these. And when I say that, if you've got somebody who always seems to get what they ask for, call them. Call the practitioner, call the ministers that you know and, know and love. And those people, because they have learned how to word things within the nature of good, within the nature of spirit. Okay. It is certain, however, that if we ask and have it given to us, we must first seek and knock. Or we must first seek and find, knock and have the door open. So one of the things that you're going to think about is, like, if you want something, you can't just wish. You have to ask. You have to seek, meaning, and that's, think about treat and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. So I'm going to ask for what I want, and then I'm going to go and take action that will bring me closer to what I want. And then knock. Again, that's working towards what I want. So all the praying in the world may get you what you want. But if you pray, treat, and then move in the direction of your dreams, and that's a quote from somebody and I forget who it is, so I apologize, and then take actions to move you closer to that which you are asking for, you are going to, one, get it sooner, and two, you're more likely to get it. So treat and move your feet. That's the fullness of that statement. Ask for what you want and then move in the direction. Do things that bring you closer to what you're asking for, whatever it is. So if we go back to the sports metaphor, if I am praying to do the best I can in a race, what can I do to improve my metrics in a race? Well, I can practice run. I can run between the races. And I can eat better, and I can drink plenty of water. So these are things that I can do, all the while praying to do better in my race. All right. So, he moves on into what is this that we seek other than our true union with good? Where is the door that must be opened other than in our own consciousness? It is the door of acceptance, faith, and confidence. Okay, so what is it that we seek other than our true union with good? And what door must be opened? We must be more conscious and accepting. So he says, okay, if you're going to ask, knock, or you're going to ask, seek, and knock, then what you are working on is acceptance. Are you willing to accept what you've asked for? Do you have the faith that it is coming to you? And do you have the confidence to move in the direction of your dreams? How can we receive that which the mind refuses to entertain? Can you see yourself winning? I'm going to go back to the sports metaphor. Football started last night. That's probably what that is. Can you accept yourself winning? And what does winning mean to you? For me, winning is not coming in first. Winning is crossing the finish line. Can I see myself doing that? Absolutely. So, I believe and I accept with thanksgiving. Gratitude, most powerful, because it's simply another word for love. Therefore, today I ask and know that I shall receive. I seek and know that I shall find. Today I knock and know that it shall be open to me. I really honestly, that is acceptance, faith, and trust, or confidence, trust. Although I did say about faith that it was imagination plus trust. I received the gift of life in all its fullness. So, ask and it shall be given unto you. So what is our mission today? Well, actually, that is a really good mission. Because frequently we are afraid to ask for what we really want. So our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is ask, seek, and knock. If there is something that you have wanted, ask for it. And I don't just mean spirit. If there's something that you want, ask for it, seek for it, knock for it. Have faith and be willing to accept it. Because that's one of the keys. You can ask all you want, but if you're not willing to accept, if your cup of acceptance is not big enough, it's like Spirit can be trying to give it to you, but Spirit's going, well, you've asked for this, but you're not willing to accept it, so I'm not sure what to do here. But no, you are a beloved child of God in whom Spirit is well pleased. Spirit wants to give you that which you ask for. You have to be willing to accept it. Enlarge your dreams. And always, always know the best. Know the best about yourself, know the best about each other, and know the best is coming. Jesse said this, he said, it's time for us to move on from doing better into doing well. So, know well. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day with that thought. I've given myself some things to think about. So I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. As always, it's relatively cool out there, so I would encourage you to open your windows for that brief period of time that it is comfortable and cool. And have, do something that engages your mind and your body. Get that fresh air, get that fresh perspective, and then open the windows of your soul and allow that breath of heaven to remind you you live in heaven now. It's all about that consciousness. So, Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. today, and I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. I've been taking a break from running, partly due to the heat and partly due to my knee. So I am going to go to the park tomorrow. I am going to go play with the squirrels. I'm just not going to run. I'm restraining myself, and it's really hard. It's really hard. But I need my knee to heal. So, if I'm a little late, bear with me. All right, beloveds, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.